this is a question regarding some outcomes of the successive COPs of Convention on Biological Diversity. Okay, so the question is like this: Aichi targets is a short-term plan, a 10-year framework for action by all countries to save biodiversity. Then second statement: Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety is the international regulatory framework for safe transfer, handling and use of living modified organisms. Then third one: the Nagoya Protocol on access to genetic resources and the fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising from their utilization is a supplementary agreement to the Convention on Biological Diversity. So these are the three statements they have given, and these three is having relation with the CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity, because there were so many successive meetings of or successive COPs of CBD. So these three are outcomes of that COPs. So let us discuss first about CBD. Convention on Biological Diversity, okay, it's a outcome or it's a treaty formed by the 1992 Rio Earth Summit. Okay, 1992 we are having Earth Summit or Rio Summit. So by that 1992 Rio Summit we were having three outcomes: Agenda 21, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, and the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity. So UNFCCC, CBD and Agenda 21. These three were the main outcome of 1992 Earth Summit, right? So by this 1992 Earth Summit we are having Convention on Biological Diversity. Okay, so this agreement adopted at the 1992 Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, and that is in Brazil, and it is a part of a comprehensive strategy for sustainable development. Okay, so we are calling this Convention on Biological Diversity as the key for sustainable development also. So this meeting the needs of the current generation of human beings while ensuring a healthy and viable world for the future generation. So that means they are dealing with the sustainable development. So this convention CBD sets three main goals: conservation of biological diversity, okay, and sustainable use of plant and animal species. Then third one, equitable sharing of benefits from the use of genetic resources. So these three are the goal of CBD, or three main goals of CBD: conservation of biodiversity, sustainable use of plants and animals, third, equitable sharing of benefits from the natural resources. So these three are the aims of CBD. So a COP of this CBD, that means COP 10, was held at Aichi. It's a place in Japan. Okay, by that we are having Aichi targets. So by the COP 10 of CBD we got the Aichi targets. So by this COP in the Japan, in the Nagoya, we are having Nagoya Protocol on genetic resources and the Aichi targets. So this Nagoya Protocol and the Aichi targets, these two are the outcome of COP 10, which was held in the Japan in Nagoya, or more specifically in Aichi. Now regarding this Aichi targets, it's a short-term plan. Aichi targets, it's a short-term plan and it's a 10-year framework. It's a 10-year framework for action by all countries to save biodiversity. Okay, and is officially known as the strategic plan for the biodiversity 2011 to 2020. So it's a short-term plan, that means it's a 10-year plan in between the years 2011 to 2020, or it is officially known as the strategic plan for the biodiversity 2011 to 2020. So this strategic plan Aichi target is having 20 goals. Okay, so it provides 20 ambitious yet achievable targets, collectively known as the Aichi targets. So these 20 targets is known as Aichi targets, and these 20 targets are again divided into 5 sections. Okay, now regarding the Nagoya Protocol on access and benefit sharing, so it is also an outcome of COP 10 of the CBD, which was held in the Japan, in the place Nagoya. That's why we have this name, Nagoya Protocol on access and benefit sharing. So access and benefit sharing of natural resources, that was the third aim of CBD, right? So in order to fulfill the third aim of CBD, that means equitable sharing of benefits from the natural resources, we have a protocol known as Nagoya Protocol. Okay, so the Nagoya Protocol on access to genetic resources and the fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising from the utilization. So that is the full name, that means AB. Shortly we can call it as ABS. Okay, to the Convention on Biological Diversity is a supplementary agreement to the Convention on Biological Diversity. So this ABS is a supplementary agreement to the CBD. So this ABS provides a transparent legal framework for the effective implementation of one of the three objectives of the CBD. So that third objective was the fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising out of the utilization of genetic resources. So this was the third aim of or third goal of CBD. Right. In order to achieve the third goal of this CBD, we have the Nagoya Protocol on access and benefit sharing. So this Nagoya Protocol on IAS was adopted on 29th October 2000 in Nagoya, in Japan, and entered into force in 12th October 2014. The objective of this Nagoya Protocol is, obviously we said that, fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising from the utilization of genetic resources and thereby contributing to the conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity. So sustainable use will be there because it's a supplementary agreement to CBD, and CBD is the agreement for sustainable development. So CBD is the agreement for the conservation of biodiversity as well as for the sustainable development. Right. Now coming to Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety. So this Cartagena Protocol, it was also an outcome of one of the COP of CBD. I think in 2000 we were having a COP of this CBD. By that we are having Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety. So on the place Cartagena, this COP was held. That's why we got the name Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety. So the Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety, it is the first international regulatory framework for safe transfer, handling and use of living modified organisms, and it was negotiated under the aegis of Convention on Biological Diversity. So we know that by modifying the genes of some species, it may be result in some threats for biodiversity. Okay, so the living modified organisms may be, sometimes it may be cause danger to the other species, native species. Okay, so in order to ensure that, we have a protocol known as Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety. Okay, in order to ensure the safety of organisms, we have this Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety. So when we modify the gene of some certain animals, we need to ensure that their handling and their use and their transfer, all these are not affecting the other species. So this framework is the first international regulatory framework for the safe transfer, handling and use of living modified organisms, and it was negotiated under the aegis of CBD. So the objective of the protocol is to contribute ensuring an adequate level of protection in the field of the safe transfer, handling and use of living modified organisms resulting from modern biotechnology that may have adverse effect on the conservation and sustainable use of biological diversity. Okay, taking also into account risks to human health and specifically focusing on transboundary movement. So Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety specifically focus on transboundary movements. Okay, the protocol promotes biosafety by establishing rules and procedures for the safe transfer, handling and the use of LMOs. So these are the main points regarding Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety. Now let us come to the question again. First statement, Aichi targets is a short-term plan, a 10-year framework for action by all countries to save the biodiversity. So that's a correct statement. Aichi target, it was an outcome of 10th COP of CBD, right? And that was a short-term plan, a 10-year plan from 2011 to 2020, and it was officially known as Strategic Plan for Biodiversity 2011 to 2020. So here the first statement is correct. So we eliminated B. Then second statement, Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety is the international regulatory framework for safe transfer, handling and use of living modified organisms. So that statement is also correct. Cartagena Protocol is dealing with the living modified organisms. Okay, so that's why second is correct. So this Cartagena Protocol, it was an outcome of COP of CBD in the year 2000. Then third statement, the Nagoya Protocol on access to genetic resources and fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising from the utilization is a supplementary agreement to the CBD. So that was the correct statement, because this Nagoya Protocol on access to genetic resources is dealing with the fair and equitable sharing of benefits from the natural resources, and that was the third aim of CBD. Okay, so it's a supplementary agreement to CBD. So the third statement is also correct. So we got the answer as 1, 2, 3. D, 1, 2, 3 is the answer. All three statements are correct.